Yeah, and the new one still has lineups too, don't you worry. But they've also got some new menu items. We are making Coca Red coming up next on VT. It's a Spanish flatbread. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Yeah, the lineup's still here. They actually open at 8 o'clock, so we'll probably see a bit of the lineup during our third segment here. But they got a few new items and new chef, by the way. Hello, Jonathan Chavancer.
Hello, Dawn. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
The lines have been around this block every single day. It's been wonderful.
And for good reason. You got some new things on the menu. And Victor, you're making a Coca bread. What is a Coca bread?
So Coca is a flatbread, essentially from the Catalan region in Spain, and near Barcelona, essentially.
So what kinds of things are you putting in your dough?
So we're making a dough, some flour. We're using some starter, which is a fava bean starter that Jonathan made himself.
Oh, Jonathan, you made it all yourself.
Well, as Vic puts this together, you know, the bread program here that Vic put together is really wonderful with our forno. And his starter is 30 years old from his parents, combined with a starter that we cultivated just for Medina.
That is awesome. What else do you have going in there, Victor?
So I just added some fresh yeast on top of it, just to give it some extra lift, some salt, and then we're adding water to it.
Now, while you continue to mix that, what do you think is the biggest mistake people make when they're making bread at home and it doesn't turn out? What could it be?
It's often that they haven't rested it long enough.
Okay.
Or haven't added enough water or
time.
Overall. Yeah.
We do a 48-hour fermentation on our dough to let it rise. And that allows the flavor to develop over time as the yeast converts the sugars into beautiful flavor.
So don't rush it. I'm going to rush you though, Victor, because we've got to get that in the oven here. So you've already got this one almost all the way done. Why don't we, Jonathan, let's finish that final one there while Victor gets the other one in the oven. By the way, Medina again opens up at 8 o'clock today. It'd be great to see some of our viewers make their way here. What are you pairing with that here?
Well, you know what's wicked? This flatbread is a great way to start the day with our hummus, our sunflower tahini with caramelized goat cheese, and then we've got something really special, mascarpone with black pepper honey, with the yeast leaven, fava flour, za'atar flatbread out of Victor's forno oven.
Say that 10 times fast,
Get in
Jody,
here and eat this right now. That's what I want to tell everybody.
Fava fermented. Go for it. I dare you to
Fava
try
fermented.
10 times fast. Brand new location, but same great food. And you know what? Brand new chef, our good friend Jonathan Chavancer. Congratulations on the gig. It's been fun, hey?
It's so much fun. New food. We've got about 50% of the menu is our classic Medina, and now we've got 50% of the menu is new classics that we've come for put together for our new menu, the opening at Medina, and we're going to do one of those dishes right now.
And people still want a good breakfast. That's what you guys are known for. Let's talk about the perfect poached egg. The perfect poached egg should look like what?
Well, you know, a modern technique of doing eggs is to cook it in a thermocirculator, which doesn't quite give you a set outer white. It gives you a beautiful yolk texture, but the white isn't set. I like to do things more classically, which is to take some just simmering water and add vinegar.
I'm surprised you're using such a shallow pan. I always thought you had to do kind of more of a big, massive pot.
Well, this is the thing at home. You don't need to do a massive pot. I mean, the key really is the swirl. And what the swirl is to create a nice little vortex in your pan so that you can crack your egg and it can swim around and enrobe itself in its white.
I've never seen that before.
Now that vinegar, the acidulation of the water, is what's going to make the coagulation of the white come around and enrobe that yolk and give you a texture of set whites with creamy, gently runny yolks.
Oh, yum, yum, yum.
Now,
okay.
At home, you can do this ahead. You can poach these eggs the night before, put them in ice water, cook them about 60, 70%. If you feel that it's still nice and runny.
Yep.
And then you drop that into your water for 1 minute to heat it through. And what that's going to do is allow you more time in the morning to maybe put together a salad. Like we have our Moroccan spice cured salmon. This is our Salmon Le Marrakech, which we just dressed with a little bit of our greens from UBC Farms, grown right here in Vancouver.
And we've got about 15 seconds left, so you know what? I'm going to let you plate that. That is just one of the many absolutely gorgeous new menu items here at the Café Medina. And again, brand new location, and there it is, the perfectly poached egg here at Café Medina. And look at that. That is a complete meal, guys. Willie Mitchell, tell him to come out here. We'll put him front in line.
Willie, go to Café Medina. We're going to tell him.
Why not tell him? We'll make Willie Mitchell just notice that we're here. He can come by. We'll make him some waffles, right? And maybe front of the line, because that lineup is going to be big soon.
I hope so.
You open at 8 o'clock, and what we're going to show people now is really a lot of the main reason why people come here. Many reasons to come.
The original reason.
The original, fair enough.
Yeah.
So tell us the story about why Waffles?
Well, originally, we didn't have a kitchen. So we just started with, there was no real waffle following, so we started with Liège waffles and coffee. And we built a waffle and coffee following, and it seemed to stick, and people keep coming for waffles, so it's still a staple.
And no batter. So let's show people sort of how you get those waffles going.
Essentially, there's a dough. It's leavened. It has yeast, pearl sugar, which is really the magic ingredient, and sometimes is molten and burns. We put it in our waffle iron. Why don't we just put them all in
Sure,
there?
and how long do those have to, do you proof, I guess you proof them
You
still?
know, it all depends on the temperature, but generally speaking, we proof them for about an hour in the morning. They take about 2 minutes at 200 degrees, and this waffle iron is imported from Belgium. It operates at a much higher temperature than your average home machine.
And then you would normally, you spin it, and why do you do that?
Well, the sugar caramelizes. You can see the sugar caramelizing, the pearl sugar caramelizes, and you want it even on both sides.
Okay, so let's make one of those babies
One of these babies. So
how many waffles do you think you make in a day?
Oh, I'd say probably about 400,000 over the last 6 years.
That's crazy, crazy.
So these are fresh. They've just come out. Essentially, everything's better with a little bit of icing sugar.
Oh, let me help with that. Can I help with that?
There you
Okay,
go.
a little bit of icing sugar there.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
I'll be shy. Okay, so we got the icing sugar, but then you have other toppings too.
Other toppings. So my personal favorite these days is a new one. Excuse the.
It's not ketchup, people.
This is peach butterscotch bourbon, and it's absolutely lovely.
What would you say is your most popular topping?
I would probably say the milk chocolate lavender, the raspberry caramel. I'm a traditionalist, I'm partial to the mixed berry compote, which I think pairs very well with a little bit of yogurt. I'm also known to maybe put a bit of dark chocolate on that. And
there you go. The Liège waffle here at Café Medina, where it is open, by the way, back at the station in just under 10 minutes. Make your way here, and we'll have a little bit of a tour coming up just after 8 o'clock with celebrations. Brand new location of Café Medina.
It's almost a birthday for us, too.
It almost is, for sure. What are people going to notice that's different here?
You know what? It's, first of all, windows. We've got bright daylight to higher space. We have more seating. We've got about 10 or 15 more seats than we used to have. Our mural was done by Margot and Tom. It's something we're super proud of. The lights we've repurposed. Everything has been repurposed. They're all vintage lights that we repurposed.
What hasn't changed is how busy you are. I mean, you literally opened less than 5 minutes ago, and you've already got 6 tables in here.
There's still a few people. Yeah, that's. I'm very grateful for that.
And so, as far as the menu, obviously we've been cooking with Jonathan. You still have a lot of the favorites.
Yeah, we kept the classics and added to them. We still have the fricassee, the santé, the salmon fumé. We have listened to our customers and introduced a vegetarian version, the champignon fricassee, which has been a fantastic seller so far.
Which is what we're going to be making, Jody and Riaz, just before 9 o'clock with Chef Jonathan Chavancic.
There you are.
Make your way here to the brand new Café Medina, new location. Yeah, and speaking of health, maybe you're vegetarian and maybe you're gluten-free. Well, guess what? There's a breakfast option for you. Chef Jonathan Chavancic shows us how to make champignon fricassee. Stay with us. You're watching BT from Café Medina, or Chef Jonathan Chavancic, according to this Café Medina. You've got great options here for those that are maybe doing a little gluten-free or vegetarian.
Well, we really wanted to open up the menu to clients that are looking for gluten-free, vegetarian options, and also lightening up some of the classic dishes. The beef fricassee, which is one of the biggest sellers, we've turned that into a gluten-free dish.
It seems like it's not even possible.
And then we've got a vegetarian version of our fricassee, and we're doing that with roasted caramelized mushrooms. And this dish is actually outselling our beef fricassee right now. Roasted new potatoes, caramelized onions.
So what do you think is the biggest mistake people make when they're trying to caramelize something at home? For me, I just don't have the patience sometimes to get it to the way it is on restaurant quality.
Well, you know what? It's either your pan is too hot or you're not taking enough time with it. So what we've just added here is our secret ingredient. It's our mushroom broth. So roasted, 3 different kinds of roasted mushrooms, and then juniper, cumin, lots of garlic, a touch of ginger, giving us a beautiful roasted flavor. But the key to this is we're using sherry vinegar to really bring out the nuttiness in the mushrooms.
And if someone didn't have sherry vinegar at home and they wanted to try something like this, could they use like a, like a champagne vinegar or maybe a
red
white
wine vinegar?
Red wine vinegar.
Red wine vinegar. But you can buy sherry vinegar at virtually every grocery store anywhere in Canada now. You know, one of the things I love about this dish is that we have our mushroom ragu. We finish it with a little applewood smoked cheddar, sunny side up eggs, and then a beautiful salad of shaved apple, arugula, radishes, and even if you're not gluten-free, we've got you covered. We've got our lovely grilled focaccia with za'atar butter.
Beautiful. Just one of the many new creations here at Café Medina. Make your way here now. It's already jam-packed. Jody and Rio's just, again, a beautiful spot. Thanks for having us here. And
Thanks
good luck
for coming.
to the new location.